It was the most fatal attack on the army in 30 years by terrorist organizations which had joined forces. As the army took impact of the terrorist ambush, it was clear that the challenge has to be met head-on and the threat has to be neutralized. The national security establishment got into the act and deliberated a tough response. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval stayed back in India even as Bangladesh tour of Prime Minister Narendra Modi got underway. The intelligence inputs were put together and it was clear that the danger and threat was persisting and the terrorists were reorganizing to launch similar attacks. So the response was, in fact, a call that had to be taken and taken quickly. On the basis of specific intelligence inputs, the location of two camps of terrorist organizations in Myanmar near the borders of Manipur and Nagaland were identified for precision strikes and operation. One camp belonged to NSCN Khaplang and other one had KYKL cadre stationed in it. At 3 am on two locations in the northeast, two columns of Indian Army's elite para-commandos were ready to go for one of the most daring operations and the most defining moment of their life. One column entered Myanmar near Shasad in the Ukhrul district of Manipur. Another one went into the hunt from the border near Noklak in Tuensang district area of Nagaland. Inside another country and deep in jungle territory, both the columns of India's elite para-commandos moved stealthily and subtly towards the targeted area. Around 2 to 3 kilometers deep inside the border, the teams reached the destination. And then the retribution started. With precise accuracy and finesse, the army commando unit attacked the camp. The enemy was caught unawares and sustained heavy casualties. Around 20 terrorists were killed in 2 attacks and 11 seriously wounded. 15 managed to flee.
हमारा टेररिज्म के खिलाफ और टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के खिलाफ जीरो टॉलरेंस है.
With the task complete, the para-commandos headed back to the international border. The entire operation took close to 5 hours. 5 hours which have given a strong message to the enemies of the state that the pursuit of perpetrators of crime will not be hindered by any aspect and that India will definitely strike back.
सेना को पीछा करने का आदेश दिया गया और इंटेलिजेंस गैदर करके ये पता चला कि 2 ऐसे कैंप हैं जहां पर शायद आतंकवादी फिर इकट्ठे हो रहे हैं एक नया हमला करने की. उन दोनों कैंपों को बिल्कुल बर्बाद कर दिया गया है. ये तो शुरुआत है. हिंदुस्तान मजबूत है और ये संदेश सबको मिल जाना चाहिए.
The cross-border strike was supervised at the top level. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar monitored the operation that began at 3 am on Tuesday. Army Chief General Darbir Singh was also coordinating the operation and delayed his UK visit by a day because of the same. The mission was given a go-ahead at the highest level. The army has maintained that the strikes were preemptive and done to stamp out the threat altogether. It was one of those moments that not only gave a clear message to the terrorists, but also reassured all that any attack on India will be given befitting response.
Such terrorist groups, you have got to be proactive and you have got to act instead of responding to their action.
The planning that went into the strike started immediately after the June 4 attack in Manipur. Sources say that the army was ready with its response. After the Prime Minister returned from the Bangladesh tour, the final go-ahead was indicated to the army on 8th night and the mission got the green light. The operation has put the spotlight on the tacit response India gave after the terror act. It is a statement that clearly and unambiguously says that the enemies of the state will not find refuge in India or beyond. With Nandita Dagar, Newsnight Desk, DD News.